it happen? Did we go through what we went through? I'm going to fish the biggest tournament in the world, pretty much.
That's how it's done. It's easy. We don't have to do a thing.
Oh, my arms are killing me.
To come here and catch 45 fish on my own, you fish your whole life for a day like that to happen.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Stearns, trusted on the water since 1952. Mercury Outboards, #1 on the water. And Outdoor Canada, Canada's only national fishing and hunting magazine.
When fishing or angling was first discovered, we're pretty sure it was solely for the need of sustenance. That's a perfect eating size walleye right there, folks. Yes, guy. Let's face it, fish are not only a healthy food source, but it's delicious. As time passed, mankind started to see pleasure in stalking and then ultimately catching fish. It soon turned into an extremely popular sport.
Yes!
That's incredible. Of course, fishing evolved again to an even higher level. Sport fishing derbies and tournaments. Today, there are thousands upon thousands of events pitting man not only against each other, but against an array of fish species worldwide.
Although Canada has more than its fair share of fishing competitions, believe it or not, this nation is a relatively small player in terms of big money, hugely publicized events. The USA is the leader in the bass division. South America and Africa dominate the billfish and ocean-bound events, and it's Europe that garners top publicity numbers with the single fish species. Introducing the World Carp Classic. This immense tournament pulls competitors from pretty much all over the world. European countries make up the majority of the players, but entrants from Australasia and even the United States of America have joined this great event.
We know, right about now you're wondering, what about Canada? Well, that's where our Canadian Carp Cup Championship comes in. Our nation finally has a qualifying event in where the winners will represent in the upcoming World Classic.
The Long Sault portion of the St. Lawrence River was the perfect and obvious choice for this event, and there's a couple of key ingredients that put this location on top of the list.
The first is, you guessed it, a strong population of resident carp. The second reason Long Sault is perfect, the location.
I chose Long Sault Parkway for my Shimano Canada Carp Cup Classic due to its beauty and its ruggedness. It is a challenging venue that not everybody can just come up and fish and be successful at it. You actually have to master it.
With carp fishing being a shore-oriented sport, the Long Sault Parkway has easy access to a multitude of great swims that anglers can set up and fish from.
A typical swim, or a peg, what it's called, is a designated area that is large enough for two anglers to fish together as a team, set up their tents for 53 hours, and no other swim or a peg for the next competitor at least 100 yards near.
Of course, a unique event like the Carp Cup will not go unnoticed by Ange and I. Let's face it, it's such an awesome idea. We picked a time when Len and his team were checking out new fishing locations along the Sault and joined them.
Run the Panoptics through and see if you guys, if you have any fish moving around.
Why don't we do that?
By bringing up the Princecraft, we could chart potential future tournament swims with our Garmins and relay this detailed info back to the Carp Cup team.
So we're going to run the Panoptics and see if we can see some actual carp swimming around. Carp are very easy to see on any sonar, but on a Panoptics, it's like just a great, big, incredible blip that just swims along.
They're at about 25 feet, Pete.
25 feet down?
Yeah.
In 37 feet of water, basically.
Yeah.
We're in 37
Yeah,
here.
they're almost underneath the nose of the boat.
Just tell the guys where the boat is sitting is the deepest part of the bay. Right here is a hole. Just tell them that.
We don't have radios.
It's not like you put a bait in a hook, you throw it there and you wait for it. Doesn't work like that. You have to go and bait the spots. If you're not gonna bait the spot, you're not gonna catch a fish.
Nice. Easy, girl.
Look at the hump on it.
Yeah, it's a good looking fish. Clean. 19.
Yeah,
19?
19. When Len Purdick came to me, I stepped right up to the plate and said, I'm more than willing to come marshal for you. And it was an experience that I've never will do again because it's a lot of work and time. Like, it's a lot of fish. We weighed that to that tournament, and I picked up every fish and weighed every fish and put it all back in the water.
20.5.
That's pretty damn close.
It was really astonishing what Andrew Walker and Jared Monahan as a team did at this event.
We couldn't even keep 2 rods on the pot. It was one after another.
If the term young guns were ever to be used in the Canadian carp fishing circles, then 2 Quebec natives, Andrew Walker and Jared Monahan, would be those such guns. Andrew has been carp fishing on a serious level for quite some time now, and he's brought an enthusiastic Jared into the mix. Together, they make up this outstanding team, as was proven during the Carp Cup.
He's only a first-year guy, and he was ecstatic that I decided to bring him. For him to choose me as a partner, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And he chose me because I'm willing to learn, I listen. He was just a great partner. I don't think I could have had any other partner that would have been better than him.
It was really astonishing what Andrew Walker and Jared Monahan as a team did at this event.
Well, when we arrived, before we even started fishing or anything, we had to draw our pegs. When we drew your pegs, you were allowed to pick a peg. If you didn't like it, you could re-pick. And the peg you picked second, you had to take. You had no choice. So my first pick was the one ultimate spot that I wanted, which was the pines.
Which is a very challenging peg because it's at the end of the current, and the actual end of the current is about 100 meters away, and they would have to bait up and cast that far, and that's not an easy task.
Now we knew that we had the peg that we wanted, which was the pines, and we knew how to fish it compared to a lot of people that maybe didn't know how to fish their own swims. We set up, made our mix, cast it out. Within the first 10 minutes, the guys next to us landed one. And we were thinking okay, it's gonna be one of those again. People are gonna be right beside us catching.
I would not have picked the pines. No. The reason I say that is because all the fish come through that bridge. The people beside them, well, that team had first shot at cutting the fish off. So if they would have got that bait there, Andrew and them, they would have got cut off. They wouldn't have got hardly any fish. But they couldn't reach it. They couldn't cast that far.
Well, it didn't take long, 10, 15 minutes after that, we had our first, and then we couldn't even keep 2 rods on the pot. It was one after another. For the first 12 hours, I think we landed 35. We knew that if we continued like that for the next 3 days, we should have it in the bag.
And now, time for a little Carp 101. To say that advanced carp anglers, like the participants in the Carp Cup, are technical is an understatement. Carp anglers use large capacity spinning reels equipped with a highly sensitive bait runner feature. Their rods are unusually long and are rated in test curves. Carpers mount their rods on rod pods equipped with electronic bite alarms working in conjunction with swing indicators, telltailing even the slightest of pickups from a fish.
The array of carp baits, which are normally hung off of a hair rig, is nothing short of overwhelming. The #1 presentation globally is the simple boilie. This is a boiled paste shaped into a small ball in a variety of sizes and coming in all kinds of flavors. Some of the most effective in our Canadian waters are pineapple, scopex, and maize. However, some of our favorite names are Tutti Frutti, Frankfurter, Tuna Crunch, evaporated milk with ice cream, we're not kidding here by the way, peppered seafood blend, Tangerine Dream, and of course, lest we not forget, Monster Tiger Nut.
They managed to start off with a fish in the first 10 minutes and never stopped.
Dave, I need you to come down. He goes, I got 35, 40 fish sacked. I go, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
The way we set up the venue and the way we chose 15 swims or pegs, if the weather cooperated, would have given everyone an equal chance at catching 30 to 40 carp through the 3-day tournament and being a real dogfight of who's the better and who will win this thing.
The other guys that would call when they would have fish, and as soon as I was done weighing their fish, the first thing that would come out of their mouth is, how's this peg doing, which was the pines, and when I would tell them the number, their faces would just drop.
The wind was perfect for us, the temperatures of the water was perfect. We were casting and baiting at the right area, and the food was just drifting right on top of our pile. So like, everything was perfect for us.
They managed to start off with the fish in the first 10 minutes and never stopped.
Midway through the first day is when I started realizing, like, oh my God, like we got another so many hours in front of us, and like we haven't had no break. So I was like, how long is this gonna go on?
By 5 o'clock the first night, I think there was maybe like 10 fish caught between the 15 other teams, and the second place team had 4 or 5 fish, but we were already at 30. And then come the second morning, I was trying to call Dave at like 5 o'clock.
Dave, I need you to come down. He goes, I got 35, 40 fish sacked. I go, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I said, I just left you.
So by the time they got to us, we had 30 fish in the bags. All our bags were full, and we were still hauling them in.
And they never stopped. They had 1,800 plus pounds.
This is intense, you know? The shoulders started to hurt, you know, 1,800 pounds of lifting.
After 48 hours, they were so tired and so beat up that they had to pull out the rods and sleep for 3 hours before they re-continued fishing.
My first goal was to finish top 3. That's what I was saying. And to finish first is unbelievable for us.
If you're with somebody, it's not a hard sport. You got someone to help you net that fish and take care of it when you bring it out to weigh it or whatever and release it again.
I learned how to net fish, like, you're never gonna miss a fish if I'm netting it, you know? That's for sure. 105 fish, and I netted most of them.
It's just being at the right spot at the right time and knowing what to do with that swim and baiting it up prior to and putting the time and effort into it. A matter of time before one of these rods go off.
It's gonna pick up for sure. The bite slowly progressed into the afternoon, so.
Yeah. Andrew, here's one of yours. Go.
Got one. I don't think in any of the other fishing categories, bass or any of the tournaments in there, I could have progressed as quickly as I progressed here with the people I surrounded myself with teaching me the right way.
As I said, try to keep your rod tip low. Yeah, keep it even lower. Yep, even with the weed.
Without people like that, I don't think I could have did it. It changed my life in a lot of ways for the better. Like I could have went downhill instead of uphill, and I progressed to a point now that I'm going to fish the biggest tournament in the world pretty much.
You got him?
Another one in the bag.
Yeah, beautiful 18, 19 pound common. Beautiful colors. That's what you come to St. Lawrence for. All right, you guys put them back to fight another day.
Oh, she's a torpedo. Good show.
To get to today's Fishing Canada destination, we first drove east on Highway 401 and then exited south on Upper Canada Road. We next turned east on Highway 2 and then south on Altsville Road. We stayed left on Morrison's Road and finally reached our destination, Robin's Roost Treehouse in the Upper Canada Migratory Bird Sanctuary campgrounds.
So we've been kind of promoting and trying to work with the government and MNR regarding that we're the only country left in the world that only has a one rod license rule on the bank, on the shore. And every other country has 2 or more. One, economically, it would benefit the government and MNR because people would have to buy the second license, the people that chose to buy a second license for the carp rod. 2, we don't keep carp. So it's not like that we're depleting our resources. And 3, it would allow us to host the World Carp Classic. The World Carp Classic, WCC, has awarded us a chance to host, but not until we have a 2-rod rule. And that is what's stopping us. But that would really put us on the map.
You know, if we would have sat over there, your rods would have probably been going off all day. It's the furthest ones, always. Almost lost the rod. Feels like a better fish. It went straight down. There we go. You can see him on the surface there. He's not ready yet. This is like the crucial part. I'm gonna fight the most right here. Right on. Good little belly on it.
Here, throw it this way and I'll just take a shot. Beauty. Thanks, bud.
No problem.
That's what a landing mat looks like after a 105 carp tournament.
That one's probably seen 500 plus that night.
Yeah.
I still wake up some mornings and I think about it, like, did it happen? Yeah, it happened. I've called Jared on a couple instances. Did it happen? Did we go through what we went through? Oh, we went through, looked through the pictures with each other. It's pretty mind-blowing.
What a little champagne in the morning.
Champagne at 9, yeah. That's when we knew it was official, when we popped the champagne. Yeah. I don't think we drank any, but we popped it.
No, I think I had one sip and then the rods went off and it was done.
A well-deserved congratulations goes out to Andrew and Jared for their outstanding finish in the first ever National Carp Cup. A catch like that will be hard to beat in all future events.
You fish your whole life for a day like that to happen, and it just unfolded at the right time, during the right tournament, for the right guys.
Gotta happen one more time.
Exactly. Over there was where the difference is gonna be.
Congratulations, brother.
Thanks, guys.
No matter how experienced or not experienced you are, you could always make it. You just gotta listen, persevere, and don't give up. And like, dreams are possible. Now, my dream is possible. I'm going to Europe next year, so it's gonna be awesome.
Best of luck to the duo as they venture forth into the next stage of their carp fishing tournament dream, the World Carp Classic. We'll be cheering for you, boys. Today's Fishing Canada hotspot is directly in front of Andrew and Jared's peg, where they turned in that phenomenal tournament weight. The waypoint on your screen will get you right there. Although carp anglers shouldn't expect to catch 1,000+ pounds of fish in this hotspot every weekend, the boys prove that the potential is definitely there. Try casting your presentation in or near the channel, using the bridge as a reference. Even though carp fishing is a shore-based sport, anglers with access to a boat can really take advantage of this small, tight area by running a sonar with quick-draw mapping capabilities, thus giving an exact lay of the land. Once finished, the boat goes back in the trailer and the bank sticks are set. For more hotspots like this one, check out fishingcanada.com.
The Fishin' Canada Show, brought to you in part by Coleman, the outdoor company, Cooper Tires, Princecraft Boats, dominate the waters, and Garmin.
Closed captioning for this episode is brought to you by fishingcanada.com, the gateway to your next fishing adventure.